This is the bridge at Stonecliff. I'm going to cross this to get to the other side. And once we get to the other side, the road turns to gravel, and it's about 4.6 miles from Stonecliff up to Thayer. Right off to the right down here is the coke ovens, and off to the left you would find the old turntable at Stonecliff, train turntable. So we got 4.5 miles to go to Thayer. Here's the remains of the Thayer, probably maintenance building and powerhouse. I'm up on the road above it. It's actually right before you start to get into the first house of Thayer. Right next to the creek here. I don't know if that was like a holding pond. You know, like some type of reservoir. Because the creek goes in between the two buildings that are down here. Amazing, they took these things right up here on a tiny little flat on the hillside here. Right here's the creek I'm telling you about. There's a little bit of water trickling out of it. I wanted to show you the block work just for these arches above the windows here. It's amazing these are still here after all these years. They weren't torn down. Big entrance there. Don't know if I'll find any old pictures of these online. Should see the new river there. We're still a good 150 feet in elevation above the new river, maybe more. There's just a big rock outcropping right here next to the buildings. And to show you, I climbed down, you can't even see my truck now from the road up there. It's just tucked on a relatively steep hillside. I'm on the downriver side of these buildings. Gonna get the sun backlighting that. That's the current CSX line down there next to the new river. This is that rock outcropping. There's like a little flat here. I wouldn't be surprised this was a little spur line that they brought up here to get to these buildings. Because I do believe next to the buildings, that's where the drag line, not a tipple, but where they pull by cable the cars up and down the hill, pull the coal off. This is the front river facing side of the building, on the downriver side. I haven't been to the building at the upriver side yet. As you can see, there was a basement entrance here to the building. Both of them, it looks like, or at least this one. Because right up there's a window and there's a main entrance, so they must have had some type of platform out here. We're still at the first building on the downriver side. Okay, I'm going in that like basement entrance. You just have to imagine the block work. None of these rocks are uniform. They're kind of flat on the facing. How they piece these together. Yeah, there's big pillars here, as you can see. And there's this gap that goes around the sides of them. I should have brought my light down here. That's the second building on the upriver side. But boy, look at how this is washed out over the years, and you can actually see a wall right there they built. Where the water went down through here. Of course, there's the CSX tracks, another 20 or 30 feet below that new river. These walls are easily a foot thick, probably 16 inches. I bet that structure up there was like where the water was diverted into it for use in these buildings. That's the downriver building on the upriver side. Monstrous foundation of blocks. Now this is a pretty huge entrance here. I imagine that bar divided something. Door of some type. Don't know. You see that split in the wall there. It won't be long for this side, the upriver end of the upriver building collapses. This building had wood headers because they went straight across. You see where the wood's rotting, gone there. Look at even that circular window up there. Pretty sure there were 2 stories to this, the way this is built. All this is just filled in over the years because the back wall, as you see, is gone. It's upriver end here of the 2 buildings. And behind me, and I'll show this with the fade, or the dragline foundations, where the coal came off the hill. Now this dragline ends right here. They didn't take the coal down there to the tracks. There's a spur line up here on the hill. Past those pillars, and then you're going to start to see these real big foundations right here, going up the hill, where the coal came down. Right next to the 2 buildings. Believed to be one in the powerhouse and one a maintenance shop. That's what some historians say. Let me get past this brush here. This is the upriver building, which the way it's built, it is it's facing the river, but it's closer to the river. It's offset. The second building over there is set back maybe about 15 feet. Just so you could see the type of trees that have grown on top, that little part of the structure that jets out there, the second upriver building. You're talking 70, 80-year-old trees at least. You can see how much it's filled in since that back wall collapsed and the hillside's been sliding away, filling it in. Where these windows or door openings are here, they're just buried now. That would have been like basement level. Second level there. There's another set of drag lines right here, going up the hill. I'm on this spur line right now, and look at that, there's a cable. That's like more cable laying here. I know it's hard to see through all the brush, but there's rocks, foundations like this, just going straight up, at least to the road level. I think I saw some at the road too. with a crack in that building above that arch. There's more prominent on this side now that the sun is shining on it. Just noticed as I was walking back, getting closer to this, where that crack is, it's right in the shadow, of course. 1910. The top block in the curve there. So that's probably when that was set, 1910. Another crack forming in the wall here on the front side. I'm going to give you a better view of how big these trees are. One of them is a sycamore. The further one in the back. At the base, that's right at 3 feet. I'm right at the corner of the first building, the upriver building, in the gap in between the two. It's an impressive building. I showed you the thickness, at least 2 feet wide, of the foundation, like I'll call the basement level. And above that, it might go down to about 16 inches for the walls. That is a lot of rock. Okay, I'm in the downriver building again. That's that basement entrance that I came in. And the rock, or block work, whatever you want to call it, is just impressive here. And the size of that sycamore, 2.5 feet at the base there. Now here is some wood wedged in that concrete there. I'm not actually sure what that was there. It's not a fireplace, I don't think. And of course, as soon as I get to the top, kind of the sun's fading out on me. December 16th, Thursday, 2021. Now that dragline comes up this point here, right behind my truck here, not too far. You'll see one of the pillars sticking out on the side of the road. There's some dragline foundations right up to here. And there's a massive wall on the other side. See a couple pillars there. This is at Thayer bottom. A couple of coal company row houses right there. I'll show you what they look like from the other side. It's what's left of Thayer on the bottom. New River's just over the bank there. And from Thurmond to here, or Stonecliff to here, it's an easy drive. Low clearance car can make this. This is the back side of these row houses. Most likely these are being used as camps here. You can see the old stone foundations that support these. We're up on the hill above Thayer Bottom. It's the New River down there. It's December 16th. Old foundation on this old house.
She used to run that big house you see around here.
Yeah.
She used to run that post office.
Oh, is that the post office? The old building right there?
It used to be a post office.
Okay.
She was the one who used to run it.
Kaler. I can't say I've heard that name. Is it all just this family or just scattered?
It's scattered out, different people. Like I said, there's this grave.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Look, there's some more up here.
This reminds me down near Montgomery. There's a couple cemeteries up on a hill. It's like they just said, okay, I like that spot there. That's where we'll go. Next person said over here.
Like I said, I believe most of these people, it goes up there and it's just like a roll out through there.
Oh, that is big. Served in World War I, 1885, 1927. Everett Moss. How about that?
It's been a long while.
That has been a long while. Does anyone ever come up and take care of these? Like that 2009 one's fairly recent. Does any of their family come up here?
You'll never see nobody.
77 to 35, 27. 10 years old right there. 1885, 1928, Coulter. And what's your name?
Bill Gardner.
Gardner. Okay, the name I've been seeing all over the place here. Okay.
There's a little hollow up where we got a little reservoir in it.
Yeah.
Just pump it in here and there.
I'll be darned. I was thinking something different when you said a tank. I'm thinking something round.
Yeah, they built this. I did have a date on it. In 1921.
I'll be darned. That is old.
So this thing just turned 100 years old.
Wow.
There's some right here. It's hard to make out what it is, but you can see. That looks like a
1921.
Yeah.
Something 14 of 21 there is written on there.
That looks like a HD. I don't know if that's somebody's initials or what. I'd say it's somebody's initials.
Now, what was this for? To clean out or something?
This one you go down there.
Oh, no kidding.
You can see she's got a little bit of water in her.
I'll be darned. That is something else.
We went down in it and cleaned it out.
Yeah. I hear the echo in there. That's like those what do you call it, the morgue over there at the hospital. When you walk in those, man, your voice just reverberates. This water tank has a date on it of 1921. It's been here that long. Served this community of Thayer.